So let's go here, brother. We have a video from Pocket Gamer Biz. Let's go whaling tricks for monetizing mobile game players with free-to-play. This is a popular video. I believe, yes, it had 450k views, because this video goes in depth into the psychology and the manipulation that these dudes, the mobile game industry, does. So I want to watch this video because I know for sure that we are going to find in this chat stuff that Second Dinner does in Marvel Snap. So we are going to take a look at it, brother, and we are going to say, oh, I recognize that. Oh, I recognize that. So let's take a look, brother.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here to talk about monetization. It's Let's Go Whaling. It is about a summary of a huge bunch of behavioral psychology. So the trick...
Yes, Raptor, this is the video as Mongol watch. That's when I got the video from, and that's why I want to talk about this. But I watched it like with As Mongol a long time ago, so I don't remember. I didn't even play Marvel Snap in that time. So I want to watch it and see what Marvel Snap does that he says in here, you know.
Tricks on how to monetize a game well. Some of you will probably be slightly shocked by all the tricks I have listed here, but I'll leave the morality of it out of the talk. We can discuss it if we have time later.
Yes, brother, because if you discuss the morality of this shit, you would spend 8 hours in here, or even more, because morals and ethics are a big topic. But I believe he says this because in almost every case you will come to the conclusion that it is morally wrong manipulating people.
So let's dive right in. First off, Wall Street trader and an oil sheikh got into a fight. Who won? You guys did. This is to remind you that a lot of the spend comes from the high-paying guys, the whales, and the very best way to get these guys to spend is to get two rich, competitive guys to fight each other and tell them, I'll give you a slight upside if you pay me. Next off,
what he's telling there, and I believe he will discuss later in the video, is that getting two rich dudes is better than getting a bunch of poor dudes, you know. So, because two rich dudes are going to spend all the money that 1,000 poor dudes will spend.
To remind you that the best way to make sure of both your retention and your monetization is to make sure you have enough of an in-game economy in there.
Brother, this is completely true. Make it possible to spend $1,000 on, I believe this is microtransactions. Of course, Marvel Snap allows you to do that. You have a fucking bundle that is priced at $100 fucking dollars. By the way, he knows, he said he doesn't want to talk about morality, but he put a fucking devil in here. So he knows this shit is evil, brother. He knows this shit is evil.
1,000 up there is actually clearly lowballing it. Top grossing games have in-game economies worth tens of thousands. That's how you can keep people in there. They have lots of things to do, stuff to upgrade, to progress along, and that's how you can make them spend a lot as well, since you can, for instance, give a huge discount on something, you know, this stuff is worth 150 euros, but now I'll give it to you for 5. If your whole in-game economy is worth less than 150, you cannot do that, of course.
Marvel Snap does that, and the 100% value of Diablo Immortal too. But Marvel Snap does it with the anchoring, you know, like when the Momoko variant was launched or the Jubilee was launched, everybody said, I have to buy this, including me, that I criticize this economy bullshit. I bought those bundles because it offers good value. I bought that shit, but it doesn't really offer good value. It offers good value in comparison to the other bullshit that they are selling you in the game. But then they sell you expensive shit and you say, oh brother, that is really expensive, I can buy that one, but this one is really I don't know, cheap. If you compare it to that one, I am going to get it. I am getting good value. Nothing has value in there. They are tricking your mind into thinking that it has value because they overpriced the other bullshit, brother. They are manipulating us, and I say us because I also fell victim to it. I bought the Momoko bundle and I bought the Jubilee chat.
So now a few of these like frameworks on how to think of stuff. I've seen suggestions to model what you sell according to bartle types. I assume you're all familiar with bartle types.
I don't.
The achievers want to progress in the game, the socializers want to speak to other people, the killers just want to compete and kill each other, and the explorers are the guys who are after stories and experiences.
Well, I would say that I go for normal in games where I play. I want progress and I want to be competitive. Those are the things that I want, that I like. If, for example, I play WoW, I don't even have a transmog in WoW. I don't give a fuck. I think transmogging is for pussies. You know, my character looks like a clown because I don't transmog my armor. So I don't give a fuck about that. You know, I want to kill big things and pop up big numbers and be better than other people. And if you watch my Marvel Snap gameplay, it is like that too. I typically don't like variants. I don't give a fuck about variants, only about a few couple of variants, you know, and I only want to play the game and have cards and progress and destroy other people in the gameplay. I am not saying that the other ways of playing are bad. I am just saying how my experience is. But I understand if people want to have a social experience or explore the game. I understand completely. I always found it weird how they present these bundles at the start of the game, stating it has this much discount value when we have no idea what the economic of the game even is. You are right, but at the same time, they are saying it has 100% value, so it has to be valuable, right? So they say, for example, 1,000 gold for 5 is great value, but we don't even know what the gold economic is even like. I will tell you why they do this, and maybe this dude will speak about that in this video. That is called putting the foot on the door. Because if at the start of the game, and Marvel Snap did this with the welcome bundle, if at the start of the game you make people spend money, I believe they get you to spend $3 for the Captain America shed. And everybody says, well, $3 isn't much, and I get the Captain America and I get the credits. There is a psychological trick that once you spend money on something, you are more likely to spend money on it again because you already did it. So the mental barrier to spend money on the game was already crushed. And that is why they do it, brother. They get you to spend money on the game, then they ask you for more money, and you are more likely to do it because they already have the foot on the door, you know? In reality, it's never worth it to spend real money on pixels in a game. That is exactly what I have been trying to say, and people call me crazy because they have to make money, or the time you spend on the game is worth something. How do you say that it is not worth anything? It is not worth anything in life, motherfucker. Everything that you buy in a mobile game doesn't have any real worth. It maybe has worth for you, but it doesn't hold intrinsic value. And I am not saying that it is bad to buy stuff, by the way. You do whatever you want. I do it too. But we have to know this shit. Maybe I didn't understand something, but I kind of disagree. If 300 gold is 5 euros, 600 gold will be 10 euros. If they give you 1,200 gold for 10 euros, it's double worth it, no? But it's still a total imaginary economy that you have to believe. Because who says that 300 year 5? That is exactly the point, Broken Draco. That is exactly the point. That the whole economy is made up. Since the whole economy is made up, and they give you a bundle really expensive, like, I don't know, 50 bucks for 1,000 credits. You know that is insane. You will say, I won't buy that shit. That is insane. But then the next week they give you a bundle for $5 for the same 100 credits, and you will say, well, this one is worth it because the other one was for $15. I am getting value in this one. But the whole thing is imaginary. They are creating it as they go, whatever they want to do. They are gods inside the game, you know. So they are anchoring your mind to think that things are more valuable than they really are, so you then buy the other shit and everybody does it. That is the thing. It's good value based on how they price things, exactly what Raptor is saying, but they are creating the whole economy as they go, as they want, as they like. It's in their hands.
So this is from Will Luton's suggestion to you sell convenience to the achievers, which really means faster progress, customization to socializers, hats and stuff, competitive advantage, that is pay to win for the killers, and
well, I like being competitive in a game, but I hate pay to win, because exactly that. I want a fair competitive matchup. I want to beat you because I am better than you, not because of who spends the more money on this shit. So I hate pay to win, but because of that, because I am competitive and I want to win fairly or be beaten fairly, you know.
Content for explorers. Now, the reason I highlighted convenience up there or progress is that most of your sales will be here. Customization, hats and stuff, they're nice, but you'll have a single-digit percentage of your income coming from that if you do both.
That is why Marvel Snap doesn't focus on customization entirely, and that is why we have the Series 5 bullshit, because people spend more money trying to progress in the collection track or whatever, or the tokens, that in cosmetics. This dude is saying it right here, right now.
Both that and progress. Competitive advantage is good, but you can go overboard with it and have an unbalanced game, which is, if it's...
And exactly, there is a slight competitive advantage on Marvel Snap. If you open more cards, you could say that you have more options, and you could say that affects the gameplay, but it isn't so noticeable. It is so noticeable that there are people that say that Marvel Snap is not a pay-to-win game because they don't notice it, you know, but the element is there. Maybe it is less so than in other games, but the element is there. So you do have that, but not so badly that it destroys the game, you know. At least for me, that I hate pay to win, I can't tolerate the level of pay to winness that Marvel Snap has.
Too clearly pay to win, people will stop playing. And content, it takes a lot of resources and time to do that. Selling content is very expensive. Hardly any team can keep up producing content at the pace needed. This one I like a bit.
Exactly too. What I said earlier, what these motherfuckers try to do, the mobile game industry, is extracting as much money with as less work as possible. So they design the less content that they can to extract as much money as they can. And that maximizes profits, because more work requires more money, more investment, you know. So no, we don't want to do that. We want to spend as less money as we can and get as much money back as we can. So if you like this business strategy, if you like doing as less work as you want and getting as much money as you want, go into mobile game development, brother. You will have a great time in there, my dude. Of course, you will have a moral ambiguity and maybe feel like a piece of shit for manipulating people, but you will make a fuck ton of money.
Bit better. Hook Habit Hobby. This is a model from Dmitry Dravanov of Flare Games. It's a model for how people progress in a game. The hook is what gets you into the game to try out a free-to-play game. Then you build it into a habit that you play multiple sessions every day. And then at the end, it's the hobby phase where people see it as one of their main hobbies, and they put lots of time and resources into it.
And this is where Marvel Snap is failing, by the way. Marvel Snap has a great hook when you initially install the app. the game is great, brother. You wanna keep playing, and you make it a habit. The game gets you hooked really good, and you are having fun, and you are getting cards, and you are opening boxes, and you are playing games, and you open cool things, and you are happy, and the game is really good. But then when you continually play the game and get to complete Series 3 and whatever, and they should get you into the hobby, you start to hate the game because the game is bullshit. They have to work on this part of the game, brother. Make the game a part of their daily routine. Exactly. Make it something you think about before you go to sleep and after you wake up. That's when you know you got someone hooked. And I was like that when I was between these two steps. But now that I am in this step, I never think about the game. I don't give a fuck about the game. I am bored out and bored. Both of those things. Marvel Snap daily hobby is 2 missions within 5-10 minutes, then you are done. Exactly. That is not a good retention, because you want these people to also spend money on the game, and if you are only doing that, you are less likely to spend money on the game.
Now, if we look at this from a monetization perspective, the hook is where you put up an icebreaker. You want to give a really, really good deal, something that's a no-brainer. You would be crazy to turn it down as a player.
What we said earlier, the welcome bundle, the Captain America one. I didn't buy it because I was in the beta, and when that was released, I wasn't a new player, but I would have bought it because it offered good value. I would have fallen victim to that shit. So yes, they put the foot on the door with the Captain America bundle.
The reason to give a really good deal up front is by making people spend up front, they are also emotionally committing to your game, their retention will go up.
There are several things that he's commenting in here that Marvel Snap does, brother. This is so fucking funny to me. You know why? Because you go into Reddit and there are people chilling for this shit. Brother, you are getting fucked in the ass and you are happy about it and defending the dudes that are fucking you in the ass. How much of a cocklord can you be, brother? Motherfucker.
And the first spend is, it breaks the ice, then they think of themselves as spenders in the game. It's okay for me to spend in the game. Lots of people are otherwise have this wall up, I will never pay for a mobile game. So you need to break the wall first.
I was like that. I had never ever in my life spent money on a fucking game. Unless the ones that you have to buy to play, like World of Warcraft. I buy the game and pay the subscription, but after that I don't buy a fucking mount. I don't buy any fucking shit. The only game that has made me spend money on microtransactions is fucking Marvel Snap. I had never ever done it in my whole life, and Marvel Snap did it. And to be fair, I believe I did it because of the content creation. If I didn't create content for the game, I really doubt that I would have spent money on the game. But they managed to break that barrier that I had never broken in my entire life.
The habit is like the main meat of the game. This is where you sell the faster progress, as we just discussed. And the hobby is for the guys who have already maxed out. They're the guys who have all of their Clash of Clans building at the max level. They are already there. So you can no longer sell progress to them. You have to sell consumables. This is where you're selling the faster healing times or faster build times of armies. This is also where you get basically unlimited upper spend.
And that is where Marvel Snap is failing, because the people that are there, you could say that Series 3 complete players is that. We are not getting shit. Not if you spend money, not if you don't spend money. There is no fucking way of getting shit in here.
There's no limit to how much you can spend in, for instance, Clash of Clans. So let's go down into some of these more tricks.
The booster packs. I talked about that earlier. I said to you, booster packs are the same shit as a loot box. Let's see what he says in here.
Gotchas. Who hasn't heard of gotchas? Excellent. Most of you have. So gotchas.
By the way, the whole collection track in Marvel Snap is based around loot boxes. Since the moment you start playing the game, you find fucking loot boxes. And you will say, well, Hearthstone 2 because you have the booster packs. And I will say to you, you are completely right. In Hearthstone, you are also revolving completely around loot boxes. The difference being that what you don't want, you can dust and create what you do want. In Marvel Snap, this is not possible to do. The only way to target cards is in the token shop. A fucking rotating bullshit that gives you one different card every 8 hours and you have to constantly check up. Also, the token acquisition rate is fucking stupid, so it is a lot worse than Hearthstone, brother.
They're named after gachapon, these Japanese machines, which are sort of slot machines that give you collectible stuff. On random, you get collectible stuff. But it's really the same mechanic that we have had in Western markets for collectible playing cards like Magic the Gathering for ages. You cannot, no matter how much you spend, you cannot directly get the card you want. You have to, over and over again, pay.
In Magic the Gathering, you can do it in the physical market. You just go to the guy that has the card and buy it from him. In Marvel Snap, you can do that. There is no fucking way of doing that.
To get
So you are seeing here, because this dude is saying it, that it is intentional. Second Dinner doesn't want you to get the card that you want. That is why there is so many fucking hurdles to get the card that you want, brother.
a bunch of random cards and hope that the thing you wanted is in there. Or then you like trade them somehow if there's what wasn't what you hoped for. These are great for again, both monetization and retention because people like the lottery part of it. If you want, look up Skinner box to know why. It's really a lot more exciting, and you get more content because people cannot immediately progress to the stuff they want. They have to keep trying a few times, so it really takes like 5 times.
Does that remind you of something, boys? I believe this reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't remember what this reminds me of, brother. Not progressing to where I want, but getting stupid stuff in the meantime to make me feel like I am progressing. I believe there is something like that in a game that I play. By the way, that is what titles are, by the way. Titles are intentional in that, so they can give you something that means nothing, so they make people feel that they got something, but they just got a fucking title, so just letters, you know, a TXT.
Times as long to get the collection that they need compared to just progressing and collecting soft currency and buying it straight off. Okay, then think about how you want to get to your millions. Do you go the king route of having...
Brother, he knows that this leads to millions, brother. This was 6 years ago, by the way. This was 6 fucking years ago. So imagine how much they have learned on those 6 years. They have learned a lot more about this shit, brother.
A huge volume of players and a fairly modest lifetime value for each spender? Or do you go the machine zone route of having a very hardcore game that like 95% of the population is going to look like, what is that? But the 5% that actually do play it, they will spend a lot. Just know where you stand on this.
So Marvel Snap is like Candy Crush, basically. That is what he is telling us. And there is people that want it to be the other way, and that is where a lot of problems arise from there.
Hot State. There's an excellent book about behavioral psychology called Thinking Fast and Slow.
By the way, sorry for pausing that much, but I want to say something about the boxes. And one thing is that it is proven that when you open a box, there is a dopamine bullshit in the brain. You know, you want to open the box because it feels cool, and if you get the card that you want, brother, that is insane. And you are constantly looking for that feeling and opening more boxes because the brain wants that feeling of the dopamine rush.
Psychology called Thinking Fast and Slow. This is the fast thinking. I'm telling you that the fast thinking mode is what you want. The slow thinking is your analytical brain. What's 12 times 47? I'm sure all of you can answer that, but you have to start your actual thinking brain to do that.
Exactly.
Now, if I say, complete the sentence, bread and everyone's
You don't have
butter.
to think, yeah, butter, yeah.
So that's the fast thinking. Our brain works in these two modes, and starting the analysis.
It's like the devs are drug dealers. Exactly, brother. So this is why I always tell people, I have said this several times, and this video is exactly why I say it, brother. When people say to me, brother, you can't get mad about with Marvel Snap because every game does it. Well, motherfucker, I don't care that every game does it. It is bad. It doesn't matter if everybody does it. If everybody kills and killing was legal, it would still be bad if you killed, motherfucker. That somebody else does it doesn't justify you doing it. It is still a scummy fucking cheatlord behavior, my dude. So when you see this video, you know that doing this is manipulating people, brother. You know that there is a dude somewhere in the world that spent his rent money for the month buying some fucking bullshit in Marvel Snap that he didn't need to buy, and he got evicted from his building, brother. And you can say to me, well, then that dude is an idiot because he doesn't have to do that. There is a degree of personal responsibility, and I completely agree with you. Of course, the ultimate fault lies in the person that does the action, and there is an element of personal responsibility. The dude is a completely idiot. But that doesn't mean that the company is purposely trying to encourage that behavior, and that is completely morally wrong, brother. In other venues, it is treated like a scamming, like this dude is saying drug dealers, you know, like try a little bit of my drug and then I sell you some drug for cheap, and then you are hooked, and then you have to come to me for the check, something like that. Every crack dealer sells crack, so it's okay.
Analytical part of your brain is too much to ask for a spend. How it applies to games is make stuff immediately useful, immediate gratification.
By the way, what I try to say there with all that rant is, don't think for a single moment that they give a fuck about you. In fact, they will be happy if you fuck your life because you gave all your fucking money to them. They only care about your pockets. And not only Marvel Snap and Second Dinner, every fucking mobile game. They don't give a fuck about you. In fact, their entire business models revolves around fucking you in the ass. And when they can fuck you the hardest, they are more happy. Remember this always. They don't give a flying fuck about you. So don't defend these bullshit companies. They won't ever do that for you. In fact, they are happy when they fuck you.
Is too much to ask for a spend. How it applies to games is make stuff immediately useful, immediate gratification. If you have a level-based game and you sell some boosters up front, for instance, a coin doubler or some other stuff that will help you, people will have to analyze and think it through. These things are good for me. These will help me progress before they do it. And
at least this is one thing that is not as much prevalent in Marvel Snap, right? Because the bundles, you can analyze if you buy a bundle. What he's saying is slow thinking. In the token shop, you have, it is FOMO, you have 8 hours to think, but you have 8 hours to think. The same goes for the variant shop. You have one entire day to think if you really want to buy it. For the season pass, you have the whole month to think if you have to buy it. So they don't have this quick thing. Imagine, like, retreating costs money or snapping costs money. That is what Candy Crush does, essentially, you know. So yes, Marvel Snap doesn't have that, and thank God for that, you know. But it does have the FOMO bullshit, but in a longer term, you know. It is still FOMO. You are still encouraged to decide in 8 hours, but it is not as fast as something like Candy Crush.
And they won't do that. If, on the other hand, you do, like, for instance, in this temple run, once your game is over, save me, I have a few seconds to spend hard currency and I get to continue. Or
brother, that is bullshit, you know. That is fucking bullshit. In a game that revolves around progressing in the thing like Temple Run, if you die, that's it, brother. You failed. Start over. No, you can pay money to keep going from there. That is the fucking scummiest shit I have ever seen, brother. That is fucking stupid. In my opinion, I think what makes Snap one of the worst is Ben Brod presenting like an everyman gamer in his beats. Yes, that is why we watched the other video from Hearthstone Economy, Hearthstone Mathematician, or something like that, where he talked about that Ben Brod presents himself as a friendly dude, but he's an evil mastermind, you know. I don't really know. I can't judge the dude because I don't know him. I don't know if he's really the one doing this shit. But it could be the case. It could be the case that he presents himself as the friendly, charismatic dude, but he's fucking us in the ass. And think about it. If you want to fuck people in the ass, it is in your best interest to make people like you. Because if they like you, they are more likely to let themselves get fucked in the ass. But yes, it makes it feel more manipulative, you know, like this motherfucker is really making me think that he's my friend, but in reality, he's just betraying me. It is, of course, more scummy, you know. It is, of course, more scummy.
In Candy Crush Saga, at the very moment that I've lost, I can see I just played a bit more, I can pass it. Make it immediately useful. Loss aversion. This is, people are much more attached to the stuff they have than an equal amount of things that they can gain. Which means that if I give you an offer, I'll flip a coin.
By the way, the dude is talking about psychological shedding here. So I don't know you guys, because everyone is different and they value and put moral standings on different levels. But I don't like when people try to fuck with my brain. I hate it, you know. And I know that everybody does this because it is a part of humankind, you know. And in fact, the whole sales industry is based around fucking with people's brains. But mobile games are the hardest offenders in this shit. And that doesn't justify the other ones. The Coca-Cola is bullshit too with their ads. I know it. I am not defending them at all. But I don't like when people fuck with my brain. And I like it less because sometimes it happens involuntarily, you know. Even you in a conversation, maybe you do it with someone and you don't know you are doing it. But I hate it more if it is intentional. And there is nothing more intentional about mobile games fucking with your brain. Because if I develop a brand, let's say that I start one day, my stream does well, and I say, guys, I am going to start selling t-shirts with designs that I made of that I got. Of course, I want to advertise my t-shirts, but I don't think I am doing it if in a negative way. If I am saying, guys, I believe my t-shirts are cool, you should buy them, you will like them. There is nothing scummy in there. But a fucking mobile game is destroying your fucking brain cells to make you spend money, you know. They have psychologists on the payroll to fuck with us. Exactly. They have a dude like this on the team of Marvel Snap. Maybe they have 3 dudes like this or 5 dudes like this that get in a room and think about how hard they can focus, you know. They come with the best ideas to know how hard they can focus in the ass.
They have than an equal amount of things that they can gain. Which means that if I give you an offer, I'll flip a coin. If it's tails, I'll take 100 euros from you. If it's heads, I'll give you 120 euros. Who would take the bet? No one. No. We need more gain to offset the loss is felt more strongly. We need like 200 against 100 loss, 200 gain against 100 loss, then we'll take the deal. In games, you can apply this.
This is true, by the way. If you think, oh, that isn't true because I will take the deal, maybe you would, but this have been proven time and time again. I have watched videos about a dude doing this on the street, and he he tells people, if you win, I give you $100, but if not, you give me 50. And people don't take the deal because people don't want to lose the $50. And they only take the deal when it is insane, brother, like 500 against 20, something like that, because people don't want to spend their money, you know, waste their money. This is completely true. It has been proven empirically with experiments.
Giving people stuff that feels is in their pocket and then threaten to take it away unless they pay up. This is lots of level-based games.
That is a scummy tactic. That is a scummy tactic. Those Marvel Snap has this. Like they give you something and then threaten to take it away. I don't believe they take away something that they already gave you.
This by giving people stuff that feels is in their pocket and then threaten to take it away unless they pay up. This is lots of level-based games do this. There are collectibles in things like Puzzle and Dragons. You collect along the way. If you didn't finish the level, they'll take it from you. Now, pay to continue a bit.
Marvel Snap doesn't have
Offers
that.
and scarcity plays into the loss aversion. If there are rare cards up here, and you see the goblin going with his clocks, tick-tock, I'll take it away from you, I'll take it away from you. They are scarce, they go away. This is a brilliant way to get more.
And of course, Marvel Snap has a lot of that. In fact, everything in Marvel Snap is like that. You have the Season Pass that goes away. You have the Variant Shop that goes away. You have several instances of token shop that goes away every 8 hours. You have even the ranked ladder that you get rewards in there is FOMO because you have to get there before the season ends. So every fucking thing in Marvel Snap is FOMO and lands into this category.
People to spend more. Subscription. Does anyone recognize the guy? He's the builder from Clash of Clans. The point of this is the builder has a very specific way of working. If you spend your hard currency on this guy, you will only get the benefit from him if you then keep coming back to the game very often. So it drives both retention and monetization. Build stuff that makes people come back to your game a lot in order to get the value out of that.
Well, the token shop is kind of like that, but not exactly like that. You have to keep checking and keep going, but you don't pay to have the token shop show up. But at the same time, you pay for the tokens to be able to buy on the token shop. So it is kind of the same, but not exactly the same, you know.
The IKEA effect. This is to say stuff that we put work into, we value more highly. You know, IKEA really sells you cardboard stuff. It's shit. But you value it still somehow slightly higher because you actually built it yourselves. The model over here is from a psychology book called Hooked, How to Build Hooking Products.
Brother, he's the second time that he talks about a psychology book. So all of this is built on top of psychology, of trying to fuck with your brain, dude.
This is how we build.
The daily missions are kind of like that, no? To get max value, you have to keep them under 6. Oh, brother, I didn't think about the missions, and that is true. If you want to get more value, you have to keep them under 6 because if they cap out and the 8 hours go by and they give you 2 more, you lose value on those 2. So you have to keep going at it, brother. Thank you for that, Jay Collins. You are a fucking genius, my dude.
Build habits. There's a trigger to remind us to do something, then we go do an action, we get the variable reward, just like the gachas, we get the lottery ticket, and then to really hook it down, we need to ask people to do something for us, do a little bit of work, because then they become emotionally attached to that. And then we set up the next trigger, either internal or external. External trigger means really a notification in our case. Internal that people have in their minds that, you know, I started building that tower or I planted pumpkins, that means I need to come back in 8 hours. So that
season passes are like this, right? You buy the season pass and then you put the work in leveling the season pass. and then you get whatever the season pass gives. But you have to level it, so you have to put in the work. Marvel Snap has a season pass.
That's the trigger, and then we go round and round, and we have the habit. Anchoring is fun. Anchoring means that...
I talked about this earlier. Let's see if I use the correct term, because for me anchoring is when they create value for something that is really expensive, and then they give you something less expensive and you think, oh, this is worth a lot. To me that is anchoring, but let's see if he says that it is the same.
When we don't know the price of stuff, the first price we hear suggested for it becomes our anchor. And then...
Yes, it is exactly the same. It is exactly the same. And I always talk about this shit. So people think, because I hate it when people cheat on the bad bundles, and they say some weeks ago this happened with the bad bundle that they created, that it had really bad value. Remember, we are anchoring this, and already people were mad and they suck and this is bullshit and whatever. How are they thinking that this is possible? They are anchoring, brother, because then they will give us a really good deal with a cheaper bundle, and we are going to say, brother, this is really good value. I am going to buy this because they are giving me this and that. But it doesn't have value. It is a fucking mobile game. Nothing has value in there. They are fucking with us.
And we compare everything to that. For instance, an iconic example, black pearls. Black pearls, when they first came on the market, no one wanted them because they're dull and black and don't look very nice. The guy who had them told his summer trainee or whatnot to just dump the price of them and get rid of them. The summer trainee understood it wrong and actually hiked the price by 50% or 100%. And then suddenly they became these objects of desire. Even more special, I think, is this: if I ask all of you to write down the last 2 digits of your social security number, and then I have an auction, like imagine this is a fancy bottle of wine, and you get to bid on auction here. The people like me, my last 2 digits in my social security number are 99. I'd bid a higher price on this than the guys who have like 10 or 05. Just because I wrote down a high number on a paper will anchor my thinking on what goes next. So how to use this in...
What the fuck, brother? Our brains were like that. How did they come to that realization? Just... our brain makes some weird connections without us even realizing it. Like that connection. Just because you wrote the number on a paper, that makes it more likely for you to spend money or something, because you are anchoring that price even if it doesn't have any relationship. So inside the game it is even worse. Well, it happened even, I don't know if you have heard this, but I heard this once, and since I put it to the test and it works, and I now do it every time. And it is: never go to buy your groceries if you are hungry. Go buy your groceries after you eat. Because if you go to buy your groceries while hungry, you are more likely to spend money on a stupid shit that you don't need because you are hungry and I want this and I want that and I like this and I like that. But if you go there after you eat and you are satisfied, you are going to buy only what you need. And this is completely true, brother. And this somewhat relates to this shit.
In a game, some games immediately when you're in the tutorial, they suggest to you you should buy this good IAP for 50 euros or...
Brother, it is 100% true. I put it to the test, I realized that it was like that, and now I only go to buy groceries after I eat.
Something like that. I go like, oh, that's expensive, I'll never do that. Of course, no. And I expect them to say no. Then again...
Exactly, you will buy a bunch of bullshit for your munchies, brother. I like this, I am going to the Doritos and the whatever, and the Coke, Coca-Cola, and yes, brother, to kill your munchies, brother. And the thing is that you will eat all of that shit.
Then I come back like a few sessions later and suggest they buy it for 15. And I'll say, that's a good value, because my anchor was at 50.
Exactly. Marvelous Snap, brother. The Momoko bundle, the Jubilee bundle at work right there. They anchored our brains. And we said, oh, this is great value, brother. I have to get it. And I fell for it too, brother. I feel so ashamed that I fell for it too. And I still think, well, I had to get it because it is good value, brother. I had to get it. No! Nothing is good value.
Social proof. So this is, we are herd animals, we tend to do what all of the others do. You all sit quiet listening to me because that's what all of the other guys do here. So, especially when people are similar to us.
This is so true that there are people that revolve their entire personality about being contrarians because that is their way to create social proof. You know, they go against the herd not because they believe it is the cool thing to do or because they believe that they are right, but just because going against the herd gives them the attention they need more than they feel that more than if they go with the herd. Have you guys met people like this? I have met people like this. They are contrarians just because that gives them attention, even if they know they are wrong. And this creates some fucking weird personalities, brother.
This means that you should have the socially accepted way of behaving in your game should be paying. You want way of behaving.
Brother, this is true because I even did it. Check this out. I made a buyer's guide for the cards that are right now Series 4 and Series 5 like last week or something. And in that buyer's guide I said, well, you have to have MODOK because MODOK was a season pass card. So I just assumed like the socially acceptable thing in Marvelous Snap that you have to buy the season pass. Even I did it. Like, brother, if you don't have MODOK, what are you doing? You have to buy the season pass. So the socially acceptable thing in Marvelous Snap is buying every fucking season pass. What is this bullshit? You don't have to buy it. By the way, I haven't bought the monkey hit, the hit monkey bond season pass. I have not bought this season pass, by the way. I create content for the game and I didn't buy this season pass. Imagine how bored and bored out of the game I am, brother.
You absolutely do not want to tell them that the majority of people in your game never spend money. That's poison. Never tell them that. Availability means that the stuff we hear a lot about is the stuff we judge as likely to happen. This, for instance, can tie into gachas. If there are rare gachas, not every player will see them every session. That's like the definition of rare. Which means that they will think that it's not likely to happen that they get one of those, which means that you should tell them about it, which means every time a clan member gets one of the rare things, you should broadcast it to all of the others, like your friend got this rare or legendary thing. Then they will judge it more.
This is people do this for second dinner without second dinner having to invest any effort on this. You know how this happens? Series 5 cards have a 0.25% chance of popping up in a box. You go to Reddit, what do you find? A bunch of people saying, I opened Galactus on a box. I opened Negasonic Teenage Warhead on a box. I opened Kang on a box. So you say, oh, it can happen, brother. It can happen. And Second Dinner doesn't have to do anything about it. The players are doing it for Second Dinner. And this, of course, happens on the Discord channel for Marvelous Snap as well.
Or likely. The right amount of choice. This is a famous jam experiment. They put up a stall in a supermarket with 20 different jams. You know, have a taste here. Then you have a discount. Go buy some. And then they had a control group who had only 5 jams.
Yes, brother. I always wash my hands. But I also have a clean dick. But I wash my hands either way.
Jams to taste. Now, for the one with 20, a lot of people stopped by and tasted the jams, but for the one with 6, a lot more people bought, because they they know that that's the best one. That's the one I want. If there are 20, there's too much choice. We just get anxious. We choose nothing.
This is completely true, by the way. And again, I am going to use the food allegory or metaphor or whatever, because it happens a lot in there. When you go to the food court on a mall and you have 50 fucking different places where you can buy food, sometimes you don't know where the fuck you want to buy, because a lot of things seem cool. Well, I could buy a burger, but I can buy fried chicken, but I could buy pizza, but I could, and then you don't know what the fuck you want, you know? This happens here too, brother. This happens here too.
There's a bunch of data on this, that whales take longer time to convert. This is just another reminder for you to have content for a bloody long time. The core loop goes through the store. Have an example, hill climb racing, because it's so fantastically minimal and nice. You do your action, your in-game, your core game there, and you go straight into the meta game where you do the upgrades, and then back there. So the loop always goes through the meta stage where your store, where you're spending money.
If you ever wonder, why do we need to check the token shop every 8 hours? This is exactly why. If you ever wonder, if I already am expending 6K tokens on buying a card, why don't they just let me buy the card that I want, but I have to check the shop every 8 hours? This is the reason why. They want you to look at the shop every 8 hours, because every time you look at the shop, you are more likely to spend money. Because when you go to the token shop, does the token shop has its own tab? It doesn't. To access the token shop, you have to go to the general shop of the game, and the first thing you see are the bundles for the day, and then you see the variant shop, and then you see the token shop. So every 8 hours you have to go through all that shit, and maybe you will spend money. That is exactly why the token shop has a rotation, brother. Never think that the game isn't engineered to fuck with your brain.
Labeling technique, I haven't seen this actually done in a game, but it's interesting. It should work.
Oh, the 50 credits. I forgot all about that. Thank you, Raptor. You get once a day you get 50 credits for free, but they don't just award them to your account. You have to claim them. By the way, that is another incentive to log in every day, because you get 50 credits for free, right? You have to get the 50 credits they are giving you for free. Only 50 credits. That is one level on the collection track, by the way. Only one. So you log once a day, but then to be able to claim the credits, you have to go down on the shop. And where is that? Down, down, down. You have to go over a bunch of shit of spending money, and then you get to the free 50 credits. And even then, right beside the 50 credits you are getting for free, you have the credits that you can buy with money. Right there, right besides, brother. This is completely engineered to focus, dude.
If we tell people they are a certain way, if we compliment them on being nice, good citizens, they are more likely to behave as nice, good citizens. So you should actually tell your players that they are generous individuals who have a taste for good art and want to support their game developers by paying you and buying IAPs.
This is what happens in Second Dinner. You go to the Reddit and you see the bunch of chills there defending the fucking of their asses, brother.
Related to that, also to telling people the reason to do something.
Yes, that is true, Jay Collins. That's why I said earlier that, yes, I know that if you really think about it, every sales, everything that is related to sales, try to fuck with you at some degree, you know. But there are obviously better deals than other ones, you know. And yes, even the grocery stores are laid out in a way to make you spend. Like, I believe one of the best strategies is like the eggs are one of the things that people buy the most. They put eggs at the back of the store, so you have to walk along the way of a bunch of stuff, and you, in the way to getting the eggs, you see other stuff and you buy other stuff.
Thing makes them much more likely to actually follow through and do that. Spend because reasons. The reasons don't even have to be that good in order for this to work.
Well, Raptor is saying with milk, exactly. I said it with eggs and you are saying it with milk. Exactly that same chat.
And last, here are, remember, there are 4 ways of progressing in games in general. You can have a skill-based game, you can have a luck-based game, you can have a game where you just progress by grinding, or you can pay to progress.
Brother, but Marvel Snap doesn't have an or in here. Marvel Snap have all of these. In a skill, you progress in the track. If you want to get the callback, you have to get to infinite. That is a progress with a skill. You have luck to progress if you unlock a Series 5 card and opening boxes and whatever. You have to grind because you need boosters to be able to upgrade your cards, and if you don't upgrade your cards, you don't progress in your collection track. But if you don't play the game, you don't get boosters, so you have to grind. And you have to pay to do all of these things. You want the season pass, the one card that you can only get with the season pass. For example, this month is the Hit Monkey. You want Hit Monkey, pay 10 bucks. There is no other way of getting Hit Monkey today if you don't pay 10 bucks. So you have to pay. You want to progress faster on the collection track, pay. You want the bundles, you want the tokens, you want the thing, pay. All these 4 things are in Marvel Snap. It drives me nuts how they have the ball candy and cheat at my kids' eye level, so they know kids will go for it, and most parents will give in when the kid flops out. Oh yes, they put the candies lower so the kids get them. Oh, yes, it is manipulation for sure, brother. It is manipulation for sure. Not this time. Oh, brother, you made me laugh with this one. Because yes, there are people, I don't have kids, so I don't know how I would behave, right? But there are people that, because they don't want to cause a scene on public, they just give the kid whatever they want, so the kid doesn't cry in public, so they don't make a scene, you know. And I believe that yes, maybe it is uncomfortable if your kid is making a scene, but at the same time, what is more important, making a scene in one moment or the education of your child? Again, I don't know. I don't have a child. I don't have to make these decisions yet. I hope someday it happens.
Progress. Make sure that your games aren't too skill-based. I made that mistake myself. A too skill-based game, you don't get people to pay you because there's no reason to. So make sure grinding and paying are legitimate versions of progressing in the game. Thank you, that's it. A few questions.
Yes, brother, Marvel Snap has the skill on the ball sheet for the ranked track, but everything else it isn't like that. So there are people that, like you, Raptor, that don't even try and don't give a fuck about climbing the ladder. So it is really a failure. I don't think they failed in there, and that is why they don't put in the ranked track the most special things. They put in the ranked track the things that they don't give a fuck about. Oh, the best thing that you can get is the same callback that I am giving you in the season pass, but this has a golden thing. They are really putting effort into that, you know. So it is like the cherry on the top. It isn't their priority, and then they make people grind to get it.
Any questions at all? No? Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks. I'll give one more in case you didn't have questions. Reciprocity is a very, very strong mechanic. If I give something to you, if you give something to me, I feel obliged to give something to you.
Brother, how the fuck these people didn't have any questions? After this chat that it was awesome, I would have like 100 questions, dude. What is these people thinking?
To trigger that, however, we need 3 different criteria. The gift needs to be unexpected, personal, and significant. It can't feel like something I gave to everyone, which makes this a real challenge to do as part of the game. But I think you can incentivize your players to trigger reciprocity between each other. But that's a challenge for you guys. Thank you.
Brother, this was great. This was great because this makes us see that Marvel Snap implements all this bullshit and it is designed to make us spend money on the game. And look at this. Look at this. When he talks about making people spend money on the game, and he does it, he himself puts the devil in there going for the money. Look at this. Implying that this is a scummy, cheaty behavior, that this is pure greed, that this is demonic, brother. This is devilish. This is what they are doing, brother. They are devils in disguise going for your pocket. Great video, brother. Great video, my dude. And I am fucking glad that we watch it, boys. Because now we know what bullshit Marvel Snap is doing to our brains, and we can decide if we let the game manipulate us or not.